Well, it's back to work for most of us today after a lovely bank holiday, and of course, unless you're in Scotland and you're Gordo, which I only found out last night. But it's time to cheer ourselves up with some ALR action around Montreal, Canada. One of the best circuits on the calendar. Well, I thought so anyway, but there's been a lot of grumbling, hasn't there, from the drivers this week, and a lot of grumbling about next week's race as well, which I'm quite surprised by. It's got for Austria and Canada with two races that the drivers may be looking forward to. Tonight, then, we have two super subs in but Moomin, who will be driving the Alfa Romeo again, and also we have got Jay Higgs, who is currently on the circuit in the Alpha Tari as well. Everyone else is full-time drivers on the bronze grid. Then good stuff indeed. Then on board with one of our super subs tonight, and in car free. And it's not the car free of Danny Rick, it is car free of Jay Higgs. I don't think you're going to be allowed that car number 3 when the Danny Rick update comes out. Well, actually, I thought it was already out. There we go. It was, because there was an update today, which I think has also got the new Singapore configuration circuit on as well. We ain't going to Singapore for several weeks, but that is going to be very interesting indeed, isn't it? Kiki invalidated his time now before he's even got going. I think he cut across the final chicane now, and that is why he's not been allowed to start his lap then. So bronze and silver then. If you're new to ALR, hello. This is of course, the format for bronze and silver is like this. And of course, we only have one qualifying session. It's 18 minutes then, and it is go as fast as you can in those 18 minutes. You're not lap restricted in these 18 minutes, so you got to see how quick you can go then. And it is about who is the best on this time and this day in history. And then, of course, we have then got 35 laps of the Canadian Grand Prix straight after this qualifying session now. Last night in silver, very straightforward. I had an early night. I was in bed by 9 o'clock because I think we was only on air for about an hour and a quarter. Wasn't we? Incredible stuff indeed. Felt like a Formula 2 session there. Told of Formula 2. Formula 2 is usually with the Formula 1 calendar. However, we are not. We're still in Spain in Formula 2 because, of course, Formula 2 does not race in Canada, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on your point of view. Jay Higgs has gone fast, as I said, but that's quickly eclipsed by Dr. Troopsen, who's gone second fast, as I said, with Marsky in third in the Haas car at the moment. Dr. Troop's on a rich run of form, then 2 Grand Prix wins this season for Dr. Jupiter, which I think is the joint with New Potato. TK going fast, of course. TK also a Grand Prix winner in Miami, and then before a quick trip to Spain before he's back to the side of the pond, which he feels most at home about, doesn't he? TK has got basically 3 or 4 home Grand Prix this season, hasn't he? Of course, in Miami. Well, technically it's not really his home Grand Prix, is it? But he's in North America nonetheless. But of course, he does have Las Vegas and of course the Texas race as well, coming up later on this season. So TK is sport for choice for what he deems to be his home Grand Prix. Might all be his home Grand Prix as well. Talking of home Grand Prix, he's hoping to get Kaz in the session tonight. Then, but he's a day late and a dollar short. So hopefully we'll see Kaz, a ALR veteran, back on the grid then in a couple of races time as a reserve, of course, for Kaz at the moment. Because I think that next in line would definitely be Jay Higgs or Moomin, wouldn't it, for a full-time seat. But Don currently 4 fast in front of his teammate. Itemweiser down in 6th position on there. We was talking about drivers struggling this season, and Itemweiser from the bronze championship is certainly one driver which does come to mind. And of course, Itemweiser won on his debut in Spa last season, didn't he? In the Alpine, but unfortunately, this season the Ferrari is just not featured, it's not suited his characteristics at all for Itemweiser, and is struggling down in 8th position. He's the slowest of the runners so far on soft tyres, and moving on the medium tyres, as is sick as Michael Slayer coming up to the line as well. Gunner to the line as well, but yeah, so Itemized are struggling. Sick as muck, another driver that is really struggling with the 2023 Formula 1 machinery at the moment now. Car 25 there of Jake the Slayer, just going into 6th fast, and of course he was on the podium last time as well, wasn't he? Jake the Slayer was. Lovely purple helmet as well. I do love a purple helmet. New Potato in the championship leader. We go through the championship at the end of this qualifying session, but New Potato is currently leading by the slenderest of margins. This season, in all of ALR championships, thank you very much to Aaron Balls, who is a new subscriber. Thank you very much. A virtual high five to you, my good sir. If anyone's watched Scrubs, I would do the old sound and all that kind of stuff. Well, I better not, because I don't want to. I've just had an ice cream and I've really hurt my teeth. I'm very sensitive to the old ice cream there, and goodness me, I would say I go to the dentist, but I don't like the dentist. I've been to the dentist far too many times. But of course, everyone else should. Everyone else should go to the dentist there because it's all important and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yes, all the championships in ALR this season, and no one has really got a firm grip on anything, of anything, have they, in the opening 7-8 rounds? It's been incredible to say the least. Dr. Troop's currently fast at the moment. It's absolutely, I'm absolutely bewildered by what has occurred so far this season. It's been incredible to see and witness. Marsky's gone 4 fast in the second half there. We're just watching Dynamo Dan, who's currently 8 fast at the moment, almost took me nose cone off there as he flipped past me there. Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? There, all the championships it's very much up and down. Then we have had early pace setters, then it's just gone complete peak tong, like Immortal on Sunday. Of course, last night Dylan then not scoring as high as he probably would have liked. And of course, New Potato last week in Spain, first time he didn't score points, and that has allowed Vessier to really show, to have a clinic in Grand Prix racing there, and take a very strong victory in Spain as well. Can he keep up the momentum here tonight? Vessier is currently on circuit in the Red Bull, just starting us off as well. Vessier is there. Dynamo Dan, car 7, then into the final turn. The Wall of Champions out for Dynamo Dan. He is not a champion in the ALR just yet, or is he? I think he won. Didn't he win Division 6, Dynamo Dan? I'm going to have to check my notes tonight. But Dynamo Dan then was second last season, but he's given a special dispensation. I don't think that's the right word, is it? But to have another shot at bronze this season there. Because Knowlesy is a very nice man, isn't he? Of course, Vessier is invalidated time, so he's not going to be too up about Serious Mushroom out of qualifying. Serious Mushroom, not a fan of the qualifying. Here's Winnie. He was absolutely outstanding last week. He was my driver of the day for Winnie, if it's what it's worth, which is nothing that Vinny cares about, to be fair. He probably doesn't care at all, really. But certainly the viewers definitely loved Winnie's performance last week. Azerbaijan and Spain seems to be Winnie's specialist circuit. Winnie's either on fire or kind of in no man's land in the midfield. He's currently 9th at the moment now, alongside his teammate. Well, they're on the separate row then, but they're very much line on stern at the moment. There's the Haas going out of the pits again. And Marsky, I think that's Marsky's third attempt already in this qualifying session. Using, I wonder if it's who's that? That's Itemized off the circuit. And oh dear, he's on a quick lap as well, and he's damaged. He's gone to the barrier quite heavily. Hopefully, damaged the rear diffuser on that Ferrari, because that is not ideal, is it? Movement coming across the line as well, and the Alfa Romeo, and he goes 10th fastest movement. There's behind 7/10 of a second there, and it's moved itself up a position, but I think he would probably have liked a bit more there. Smithfield might out on circuit. What about Vessier down into the second intermediate split time? Here's the man who's second in the World Championship, I think. I haven't had a look yet, which I probably should. Very unprofessional of me. Hashtag ALR Bronze, and hashtag Team Shroommin. Haha, of course, there's Mushroom and Moomin are once again in the same team then, as I think the move's after Brooks' seat, isn't he? Vessier into, oh my gosh, he took so much speed into that final chicane, out of it. And where is that pulling? 10th fastest. I was expecting a bit higher than that, to be honest. But the commitment in the final chicane is absolutely outstanding to me. I really enjoyed just watching that. That was fantastic. Smithfield Mighty on board with Smithfield Mighty then, of course, out of far turns well then. Looking a bit unsettled, that car did then. But let's see what it is on the timing board. It is 13th fastest for Smithy in the McLaren. His teammate Styles has not gone out on circuit yet. Duncan Dave back in action for the Williams team. in the second intermediate split time. Camera racer, hey Sean, hello all racers, good luck, bronze and stars for the podium. Stars, don't pressure me, for goodness sake. Good luck all, pot stuff, and come on, Haas as well. Pot stuff, a brilliant drive last night from pot stuff. I was thinking that maybe the medium tires are going to fall off, but pot stuff did an absolutely superlative job there, didn't he? A really great drive indeed from Pot Stuff last night, and I think that was the second Grand Prix in the season, wasn't it? So Pot Stuff has really started. Talking the champions going up and down, Pot Stuff has very much inserted himself back in the title fight in Silver, I think, as well. Silver is so tight, you can't really judge anything, can you? Though, which is absolutely fantastic to see, isn't it? Not for the competitors. I think that the competitors, I think a lot of the drivers would probably like to be like Max Verstappen, he just wandered away. Whoa, Swanshank's rear end there, not following the front. Swanshank had a very strong performance in Spain last week there. Finished just outside the points. He'll be hoping for something similar, but a position up maybe so he can get himself off the mark there with some points in the Aston Martin car. Swanshank, of course, has recovered from an injury, so he was probably lacking a bit of race fitness and race trim, but he certainly will be back on it now like a car bonnet and in the Aston Martin, albeit very wide and damaged and hitting the wall of champion Swanshanks has. And that is surely not going to help his cause, but he's 16th fastest. But I think that there's definitely more in that Aston Martin car. Slayer down at the back end of the circuit, at the bottom end of the circuit. Jay Higgs out of the final turn as well. Keep up your comments in just a jiffy. Higgs goes full fastest, half a second improvement. And on the second row of the grid there, just in front of his teammate Kiki. And that's nothing to sneeze about either, is it really? Because Kiki is a very fine qualifier indeed then, as I think that New Potato has gone into third fastest, but his Slayer I was looking for is gone fourth now and displaced Higgs into fifth position, but it's an all AlphaTauri row 3. AlphaTauri have not been very good this season, have they? Of course, in the joint constructors there, after running away with it last season and having the Construction Championship and 3 of the 4 championships that ALR hosted last season, this season it's been a remarkable downward spiral for the Italian team. Really not good at all then, and potentially there were just 2 more seasons with the AlphaTauri as well before they may become Hugo Boss in the Season 11 Championship of ALR. Of course, we have 2 seasons on F1 23 this season. We should have had 2 seasons on F1 22 really, but we did start late, didn't we? As itemised on 2/10 of a second up in the first split time. Sick as muck there, just accelerating out the hairpin as well. So yeah, the AlphaTauri team may be change the name. Dr. Troops is on pole position with just under 5 minutes to go. And it's a 10.2 now for Dr. Troops. Great stuff indeed. TK is second at the moment. What about Sick as Muck then? 4/10 of a second improvement, and he goes up into 11th position now. Just like Itemizer, Sick as Muck has really struggled this season, hasn't he? 3 cars out on circuit one. We've got a Ferrari of New Potato. We're keeping on him. We're just looking at his teammate at the moment, Itemizer. Lovely helmet design here. On the back straight then, of course, it used to be a curvy back straight. Now it's a straight. Out of the final turn then for Itemizer. He is not going to follow the race and well, actually he does. He drifts over and 9th fast. He probably could have saved himself a fraction of a second there. It is all about a fraction of a second in ALR, isn't it? It is redonkulously close there. A 10th of a second down, New Potato is there. I think the New Potato would have might abandon this time and come into the pits. He has got about 4 minutes left in this qualifying session there, so he may have time then. And he is coming into the pits out for the Ferrari. He wants to bounce back. Vestier all the way down in 11th position at the moment. That is not what Vestier wants to see, the man who's second in the World Championship. Well, that's his championship rival right up there at the moment. 3.5 minutes to go. This gives me an excellent time as we got a bit of... It's a bit dull out there at the moment, isn't it? There, I don't mean in terms of action, I mean in terms of the weather there, isn't it? I don't think we've had much. We haven't had any rain, have we, just yet? Which I would definitely have lost my boat if I had a boat, because I probably would have wagered my boat. I don't know why I would have wagered my boat, but I certainly would have anyway. But that's what really floats me. Winning 10th position. I was actually looking to see for the McLaren Smithy is next, isn't he? So there he is. Anyway, let's catch on the comments, shall we? Camera Racer, let's go. Aaron Good, a friend of mine, Sean, by the way. Oh, very good stuff indeed. Thank you very much, Moo Ninja. Yeah, keep the promote our channel and all that kind of good stuff. I love it. Like, share, and subscribe is what the cool YouTubers say, don't they? Unfortunately, I'm far from cool. I'm just a middle-aged man there who's trying to grow a beard and can't grow a beard. But I do love watching cars go around in a circle, and I try and narrate on it as best as I can. Really, that's really what I do. Of course, if you do want more interesting content, ALR is certainly the place to be because we do have Knowlesy who commentates on Silver on Monday nights. So if you really want more of a information-inspired stream, then I think that Monday nights is the perfect way to start your week. Then, of course, he's currently in France at the moment. So Knowlesy is there. I heard that he's visiting Manicure. If he is visiting Manicure, then I expect him to upload a video onto ALR's YouTube and his own YouTube as well. I don't think he is, to be honest, is he? But if he was, I'll be quite jealous, really. I didn't mind Manicure back in the day, but I must admit, it was kind of Paul Ricard. No, anyone who liked Paul Ricard, I apologise, but it wasn't really my flavour. Smithy Almighty may get a cheeky old slipstream from that Alpha Tauri in front of us. 1 minute to go in this qualifying session. I have been absolutely talking rubbish in this, and I really need to sort myself out. It's 90 seconds to go. Smithy Almighty goes up to 10th. That's better. He's found a second there. That's much better from Smithy. We were looking for a Aston Martin, and I'm trying to find that Aston Martin. His Swan Shanks moves up into 11th. Great job indeed there for the Aston Martin. Ferrari is just coming to start us up now. It's New Potato. It's all or nothing now for New Potato. That is it. We got an Alfa Romeo as well. I'm not doing a very good job of finding drivers tonight. Goodness me. Movement started us up then. Duncan Dave, 5/10 a second up at the bottom end of the circuit. Now then, we've got, so back end of the grid has been finalised there. Who's just come across the line now? I think that was Winnie into the top 10. Good stuff there from Winnie. He'll be happy with that then, albeit he's not the sharp end of the field like he was in Spain. Out of the final sector then for Duncan Dave and DRS right on the way then is pedal to the metal. He straight lines it, goes into 10th. This places Winnie down into 11th position. But I think he'll be happy with that then, no doubt about that. Good stuff indeed then. We've got an Alpha Tauri coming across the line then as well then for Kiki, who is just starting us up then. Jay Higgs then just coming across the line. There is Dr. Troop starting us up with 14 seconds to go. So with Jay Higgs as well. That is it then. I think that everyone else then is going to have to complete their lap. And New Potatoes abandoned his time. He's into the pits. That is it. He is done in this session. Sigur's Mike accelerating out of the hairpin as well. And he's got one more decision to make then. I'm looking for a Alfa Romeo now. I'm having a real bad time finding drivers. Here's Boomin. He hasn't improved this time. That the house in the background hasn't either of Marvsky, unfortunately. Aston Martin. Sigur's Muck is in the wall, and I don't know how he's crashed. It's right along there. Mercedes Winnie just coming across the line as well. Sigur's Muck there must have lost it very late on there because we're almost at the finish line. Normally you lose it just after the Wall of Champions, but Sigur's Muck there, unfortunately, not able to improve her. Vessier down 5/10 a second. Vessier has not improved there, and that's not good at all for the man who's second the World Championship. He is going to have to do some overtaking tonight then. Kiki is only 300 a second up then. What about the final sector? 800 a second up, and he's gone into sixth fastest there. What about Dr. Troops there? Dr. Troops improves and is on pole position there. Jay Higgs has gone up in the 5th fastest, but it's Dr. Troops then, who is the man on top of the world. Pole position for the second time in a row, and for the third time this season, and for the third time of his career as well. Dr. Troops then flying the flag beautifully well for the Constructors' Champions there, and I must say, I think he was in a class of one, really, Dr. Troops. I didn't see much of Dr. Troops at all in that one, as it was just flying by me that session, wasn't it? Shocking behaviour indeed. But Dr. Troops gets his third Grand Prix pole position of his career in bronze. 2:10 a second in front of TK in second position. That's an impressive time indeed there for Dr. Troops. He is really on form. Well, there, New Potato for a position at the moment with Jake the Slayer in 4th, Higgs in 5th with Kiki 6th, Marsky, Dynamo Dan 7th and 8th position there. 9th is the Ferrari Vitamized, much better for Vitamized. Duncan Dave in 10th position there. Big story, big talking point. Vessier way down in 14th position. The man who's second in the World Championship. He's got a lot to do. Let me quickly get on with the old get on with the Oda comments, then, shall we? Before I get into some trouble. Right. Great race yesterday. Pot stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. Brabbit. Evening all. Hope we can see no mushroom tactic in the qualifying again. Unfortunately, we have Brabbit. Serious mushroom. Mushroom is scared to qualify. Cheers, mate. Great quality from you, sir. Pot stuff for saying that. Mushroom. Why? Haha. Mushroom. The new Dan Murphy. We're having Dan withdrawals, so just filling in for him. Yes, I'm having Dan Murphy withdrawals as well. The man who I think is only 15 away from, was he? I think he's only 15 away from the 200 starts in ALR. Fantastic stuff indeed. Just get a track limits. Luke Chapman, super sub, is on the sidelines tonight. Then Dr. Truepot's telling us I'm slow in Canada. Yeah, I have no pace. Vesher saying that is the bottom line by the looks of it. Unfortunate for Vesher, but let's see how the race goes, shall we? Don't worry, I don't as well. And Sarah Falk, good on that lap. I'm done. Not risking a spin. Good luck, Bronze said. Good time at Dr. Truepot said. Aaron Balls, have to say you're good at it. I think that's in terms of qualifying, doing a good job there. Kakarot Slayer, I'm saying I'm 8/10 slower. Liar! Goku, who are you, by the way, in Discord? That is Styles. I'm Styles, the slowest driver here. Nice to meet you. No, you're not. No, not at all, Styles. And of course, Styles has got 2 podiums in his career as well, hasn't he? Beautiful stuff indeed. They're the tyre compounds there. I'm going to go through the grid in just a minute, but before I do so, I've got to get my ship in order first, haven't I? Lost 4/10 in the hairpin movie to say that. I said in the phone, she came on my lap and made it. Broke my wing warming up before my lap there. Oh dear, done, that's not good. Vestier bottled it, unfortunately. Great lap from Great lap Pots of saying, and I started not qualifying before Dan Murphy, so there. Thank you. I didn't do one. So, there we go then. Anyway, let's get going, shall we? Profile laps around this circuit. Happy Tuesday to you all as well. Just joining us, Circus Muck and Best has been qualified. Not good. Dr. Troops, second pole position in a row. This is his third of his career. He's on the hard tyres, along with a TK, Nude Potato with Slayer in 4th position. It's an all-alpha Tari, row 3, with Higgs and Kiki. Marski and Dynamo Dan, 7th and 8th on row 4. It's an all-Haas, row 4. Itemizer in 9th position. Duncan Davis, the highest driver on the medium compound tyres there. So everyone above Duncan Davis on the hard tyres. And there's a short run down into turn 1, so that might be the reason why. Potentially they're winning in the 11th position. Smithfield Mighty 12, Swan Shanks on the hard tyres at 13th. Vestier Medium with Sickers Muck on hard tyres 14th and 15th. Moomin on the hard tyres in that 16th position. Alibi in 17th. There's Styles in 18th on medium. Scooby Stew 19th in the Alpine. 20th position is Serious Mushroom with a. I feel that that's like a Kimi Räikkönen that's coming riding on board with Mushroom here, but not because I'm getting out for a male vibes. The Aston just hit Vestier on the formation lap. Oh dear. What's up? Good luck, mate. Avoid the carnage. We didn't have any carnage at all last night in Silver. It was a very straightforward. Well, it's not really. It's never a straightforward race, is it, in Formula One? But it was very much. It was almost a straightforward race. I enjoyed last night's race there. It was very much strategy and all kinds of intrigue going on, just like tonight. I am sure of it. Red light's going to come on one at a time, then 5 lights are on, then on board. Dr. Troops said he's on pole. He's a pole set for the 3 times here. And we got a short run down into turn 1. And Troops gets away splendidly. Wow. With New Potato moving up into 2nd position already. But TK has the inside into turn 2. But it is going to get very interesting there. And it is very much, as by the number says, a teleportation car in the background there. I think someone's been watching Doctor Who. There's a New Potato in 3rd, 4th is Slayer, Higgs in 5th with Kiki in 6th position there. Then we've got the 2 Haas cars battling in 7th, 8th position there. Itemizer in 9th position. Duncan Dave on the medium tires has not made up any positions there. I'm surprised by that. Winning in 11th and 12th is Smithy. Moomin's up 3 positions. He's taken off incredibly well. 15th position is Alibi with Swan Shanks down 3. Down 2 is Sickles Mount. The 2 Aston Martin cars will be disappointed with that. But apart from that, it's status quo. Everyone has almost kept their same positions there. A very, very low-key start. Maybe not a low-key start. Vessier is off the circuit now. I think there's movement there. I think was trying to retake his position, trying to retake the racing line there, but I think the Vessier has a much better run. He has got a much better run, and he is now past movement and up into 13th position there. But it's a very, very calm start here in bronze, and Vessier now in the 12th position there. Remember, he is second the World Championship by 2 points. Movement touch in the back of Smithy, I think now. Lap 1 completed. Yellow flag there. I say that Sickersburg is into the wall. Damaged the front nose cone there. TK is, I'm not sure if TK had issues there, but Sickersburg will be trying to get into the pits. He is in the pits. Both Aston Martins dropping down positions, but that is a shame now for Sickersburg. Once again, struggling on the opening stages of this race there, unfortunately, well, of the game, unfortunately, for Sickersburg. Let's see if we can get back in here. Safety cars are quite a high risk around here. The walls are quite close, and it's very much similar to Albert Park, Melbourne, in terms of the walls are close, and it's very much a parkland street circuit. Kind of thing then with 3 DRS zones as well, so it's a quick parkland street circuit, isn't it? There's Geeky having a look at Jay Hicks there, who's currently in 5th position now. Both Alpha Towers will be very happy with how this one's going at the moment, and of course they are currently where are they? Oh, they're currently last in the Constructors' Championship, so this is very important indeed. TK takes the lead, then passes Dr. Troopset, and he now leads the way. To remember, that is not a tyre comp. Oh, someone was that New Potato glancing the wall there? He is the championship leader at the moment. TK leads with Dr. Troopox in second position. Well, New Potato, I think, was the man that had a couple of teleportations. I thought it was Slayer at first, but it wasn't. But Dr. Troopox there. I'll say his name right eventually. I try anyway. 3 second penalty for Scooby Stew. Has lost the lead in this race. TK leads, and then this is not a alternative tyre strategy. That is a pace strategy for the Williams at the early stage of this Grand Prix. Very early stage, though, because we're only on lap 3 at the moment now, and they're all very much bunched up as well. But Duncan Dave on the medium tyres is already a second away from Itemite, so the top 9 on the hard tyres there is looking strong indeed. Then, and of course, we heard last night about the preferred strategy. It was one of the drivers on the podium. I apologise, I've slept since then. Oh, Smithy Almighty in the wall, and we seen that on board from Vessier's car, and it's a 5 second penalty for Smithy as well, which I think is, of course, Smithy's an admin now, so you would think that I'll defend him, but I don't think that's just there. It's a VSC there, but unless we just in the back end, then I think the Smithy Almighty kind of lost the car, and movement is in the wrong place at the wrong time, and kind of and yeah, I think he was just caught up in Smithy Almighty's accident there, so I don't think there's anything that movement done there, but it's a VSC. No one is on the side. I haven't said that. Movement is in the pits there. Oh, he's got a 5 second penalty as well. That is going to be crucial. If we have no safety cars, that could be crucial indeed then. So a VSC, then you have to adhere to the Delta. No full safety car, this one isn't. Excuse me. No safety car, no full safety car. This one is now. I love that shot, by the way. Look at that there. It's a man-made island, the Gilles Villeneuve circuit here, isn't it? On the Ile Notre Dame, isn't there? Of course, we have a lot of rowing boat races and all that kind of stuff. You can tell I'm a one-sport man. I am, to be fair. I just know random stuff about Formula 1, and that's it. But I'm sure they do rowing boats, don't they, around here? I'm sure they do. Moving on, Swift Almighty, both in the pits. They come back out now, both on the medium tyres there. VSC still out then whilst they remove the debris from the McLaren's car and possibly from the Alfa Romeo's car as well. But they're now, Winnie's got a drive through there, and did someone else have a drive through there? So yeah, Vessier's got a drive through, and I think that so both drivers there. I'm wondering if Vessier is looking at Winnie potentially, and unfortunately he's getting himself a drive through. It is going from bad to worse there for the man who's second in the World Championship there. Out to the follow turn, and TK leads. Second position, there's Dr. Trupotson, who's still in DRS at the moment. Then New Potato in third, and Jay Higgs having an almighty scare out of the Wall of Champions there for Jay Higgs. And now Geeky is all over the back of it as well, as Vessier is into the pits, and the man who is second in the World Championship on 114 points. Excuse me, someone's trying to show off their exhaust in the background outside my window on his little moped. Vessier there, who was 2 points away, 114 points compared to New Patel's 116. This is a nightmare race then for Vessier. He said he had no pace, and goodness me, that drive comparison is going to cost him potentially in this race. And let's see if he can get back into this one. board with Dr. Truepots, who was pole position 3 times in his career now. He's won 2 races this season as well, Dr. Truepots has there, and he is starting to really home up on the championship side. The gap is 30 points between himself and New Potato in the World Championship. He is far, far from over, and he's also gapped Dr. New Potato, which I've decided to combine their names. And my phone is telling me to shake a leg for some reason. How rude. I think my phone realised I've said that a lot today. Dynamo Dad has got past Marsky and moved himself up into 7th position there. Jay Higgs got a penalty. That's the first driver in the top 10 to get a penalty. Dr. Trooppots has taken the lead. Fastest lap as well. And now what can the TK do? Alibi's got a 3-second penalty as well. New Potato was out of DRS range, but that swap that we've just seen has meant that New Potato was just about in the DRS range. He still is there. He's very much jumping in and out of that DRS range at the moment. On board, Serious Mushroom on the medium tyres there. Make this way calmly up into 12th position, and Styles in 13th. We got Vestier then just getting past Winnie. Well, no, because Winnie, of course, the pit exit here. Oh, Winnie almost off the circuit there. The pit exit there, very much shortcuts, turn 1, and in the heart of turn 2. Tango's top tips then has returned as well to the stream then. I'll try and offer some tips as the race goes on, but my only tip is to avoid this track because it's a nice one to drive. It certainly is not, is it? It does produce some really good racing, doesn't it? But a lot of drivers not been a fan of it this season, have they? Probably due to the penalties, isn't it? But it's been like that throughout the season. But I'm very interested, and usually I look forward to commentating on a race around Canada. Dynamo Dan has got past Marsky, unbeknownst to me. Marsky got repassed there. Serious Mushroom also passing Alibi, and up into 11th position there. Once again, Serious Mushroom there. Not qualifying, and saving a set of compound tyres, maybe for later on in the race, potentially there. But look at this. Dr. Truepots is now all of a sudden has really lost a bit of pace here, and back TK to the back of New Potato. And New Potato, there he is, the top 3 are now very much within the same apex of this circuit here. And we've got Slayer in about a second and a quarter behind. There he is in the background, followed by 2 AlphaTauri. It is very much still bottled up here at this stage of the proceedings there. TK's got a penalty though, and unfortunately that was a slam dunk, wasn't it there for TK? We was watching him when he got that penalty, so that is not good news at all. But look at this now then, we're going to have very much a slipstreaming fest down into the chicane then, 13 and 14, and accelerating now the hairpin then, and we'll be going on the back straight then, and here comes TK. Oh, and I thought that he misjudged that then. Goodness me, reactions of a cat then. TK takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. We're only on lap 7, the pit stops, and it's not going to be, my goodness me, how close are the drivers behind each other there? The pit stop window is not going to be open just yet then, as of course, well, for the hard tyres, medium runners may come in a not too distant future. But remember though, last night the medium tyres did start to struggle towards the end of this one. Towards the end of the last one. And look at Silver, and Dr. Truepots has now got a 3-second penalty. So the top 2 has penalties. New Potato and Slayer does not have any penalties, nor does Kiki. This is an impressive performance by Kiki, loving the fact that Kiki is very much in the heart of this battle at the moment. Really good stuff indeed. At this moment, and New Potato would love to get a Grand Prix win, wouldn't he, after the nightmare that was Spain. Look at the understeer on that Ferrari. Probably from the dirty air from Dr. Truepots there. Swanshanks has also got past. There he is. Alibi just dropping down the order. He's struggling for pace, Alibi is. I'm not sure what's going on with the Red Bull, but it looks like he's well down on power, Alibi is there. And no, it's not good. I'm not sure if the Red Bull is going to be in this race for much longer, unless Alibi is doing not, he's 4 seconds down. So there's something majorly wrong. And Slayer has dropped down into 5th position then, because Higgs is now in the 4th. We've also got Marsky and the 2 Haas cars are battling. I wonder if hopefully they're not battling too hard for Gene Haas's sake then, potentially, because they might be trying to help each other get onto the back of that 6-car battle for the lead then. Slayer all over the back of Alibi's got a 3-second penalty. Slayer all over the back of Higgs here in battle for 4th and 5th. The gap is a second and a half. Alibi and Swanshanks have swapped positions there. So that's quite. Swanshanks must have made an error somewhere, because Alibi is well up the road when we last seen him. Look at this, they're really condensing now. The gap is almost 2 seconds. top three have really broke away from this the second three here. Yellow flag is out there for someone, but who is it? It is Itemizer. Oh no, he was having a good race there, but the wing has been gone off the Ferrari, and unfortunately, well, it's a safety car now, but so the debris is going to have to be cleared here. Into the pits comes Sick as Mug. But Itemizer, who was a very strong race tonight, then, but unfortunately has made an error, and he is now going to, well, he can go on the medium tyres, but I think that they're not going to get to the end from here, surely. Look at that, look how dull and overcast it is there over yonder, over that grandstand just in front of Itemizer there. That's a worry for the drivers then. So this might be a good opportunity for the medium tyres to come in. Time goes, tactical tips there. The drivers difference in the first stint will be interesting one tonight. Certainly could see soft tyres as well as medium, and that's what we want to see. We want to see all three compounds there very much being represented, don't we? Of course, there was one suggestion, wasn't there, to maybe have a rule there. Oh, Alibi's got, oh dear, something's gone majorly wrong in the pit lane here. Into the pits comes Itemizer. Drive-through penalty for Alibi for speeding in the pit lane. That's 3 drive-throughs here tonight. Goodness gracious me. Red Bull Mechanics then are going to have to be queuing up their Alibi's on the pits, and Vessia, of course, 2 points away from the championship leader. Hard tyres again there for Vessia, so you've got to go for the soft tyre at the end of this race, surely, here for Vessia. Let's see how this one transpires. You cannot take the drive-through, though, until the end of it, until the safety car comes in. Watching TK at the moment now. As we got a bit of a low in this race, and at lap 10 out of 33, I was saying that there was a potential ideal for a rule to have used all 3 types of compounded tyres, which would be very interesting. Now, you'll be guaranteed a 2-stopper, won't you, in all races then, which would be very interesting. But then you'll see probably very silly stints there, where you'll only have like 4 or 5 laps on the soft tyre then, potentially. We'll soon find out. Just a word there from one of the drivers who's in this race, Moving Ninja, then saying then that yes, safety car has brought me back into this. Smithy made me lose my wing. Wasn't his fault, just wasn't quick enough to avoid it. Unfortunately, however, that movement, we sin that here on the stream now, and unfortunately we have shamed Smith on my challenge because we sin it there, which he's not going to be too happy about, is he? Smith on my challenge got 3 seconds kick himself on that one, because that was that's a cheap penalty to give away under the safety car here. So we didn't have any safety cars last night. We got a safety car tonight. Into the pits comes car 47, which is look at how dirty it is there in the garage there. Sick as muck then, but I'm not sure if that was Sick as muck's stones he's brought in there, or if that was Swan Shank there that had a trip on the gravel. But Aston Martin is going to have to get out the old broom there, I think, there, and just sweep away the stone decks. That's not going to help the underside of the cars, is it? Right, let's got a lot of safety cars out there, and then the championship looks like this before they begin this race. New Potato leads the championship 2 points in front of Vester in second. Dr. Jukebox is currently 30 points at the moment there. And this man who's leading the race at about 54 points away from the championship leader, 24 away from Dr. Jukebox at the moment, who's out. So he's gaining 7 points on his rival at the moment. Slayer in a superb 5th position there. Very good stuff there. Dynamo Dan on 48 points. I've got to get respect to that. Serious Mushroom 7th there. Marsky 8th. Brooksy in 9th. And Styles completes the top 10 at the moment now. In the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari leads the way. Only 10 points in front of Red Bull in second. Both Red Bulls are in the wars at the moment. They're down in 14th and 16th position. The Ferrari is in third there. Itemizer are looking strong, but unfortunately there is had an issue, and he's the reason why we've got a safety car at the moment. Alpine there are third, but they're really steaming up to the back of the top 2, and they Dr. Troopers absolutely flying at the moment. Haas in 4th position, safety car, very late call. Haas in 4th, Alfa Romeo 5th, Williams 6th, Mercedes, McLaren, Aston Martin and Scuderia. AlphaTauri completes it. And now as we get going then, so Dynamo Dan has got a severe collision there, as TK really backing him up there, and this caused absolute chaos there, has the goodness gracious me, and the drivers are going to be very vocal of this, I think, at the end of this race. Of course it is, and into the pits comes Alibi, I think, the service drive-through, but I think the drivers in the past, and they do not like it when the driver at the front really slows down, does it? Remember what happened in the Tuscan Grand Prix when Bottas did it. There we had an almighty smash, didn't we? And I think that some drivers there, I think that Intia Dynamo Dan is one of the victims there who has had an issue there. Alibi taking his drive through by the looks of it. TK, it is prerogative, isn't it, to slow the cars down then and go. As long as it doesn't stop and start, it should be okay. But I'm wondering that a lot of drivers may not be too impressed with that there. But TK ain't going to care about this as well, though, is he? Because he has, he got Duncan Dave up the inside of Scooby Stew and up into ninth position. Scooby Stew has not pitted yet. Then Marsky has lost out to Slayer, and I've just read a comment from Sarah. I'll read it out just a jiffy. Marsky has not pitted. Slayer is the highest runner who has pitted there, and that's what his comment was about. And he only lost 3 positions in the pit there. Slayer was the only of the top runners there to pit. So yes, was doing a hard medium, but risking it now by doing a medium soft or medium. Only lost 3 positions there, so Slayer is going to be the man on a mission there, isn't he? Slayer's got a 3-second penalty though, unfortunately. Duncan Dayfair has gone to the hard tires and potentially in the race. Sarah's mushroom on the medium, and we've got Scooby Stew who's struggling there, but Scooby Stew's got past Vessier. Look at this, and we got Whitty there. We got Itemizer in the thick of this as well, but Vessier up the inside passes Scooby Stew, and Job is he's got a 3-second penalty though, Vessier, but he's on the borderline of the points there. Vessier, and we think he's going to have another stop then later on in this race, and potentially going on to the soft tires there. Smithy Almighty and the 2 McLarens are going head to head. The Aston Martin and Swanshanks trying to get involved, and maybe a day late and $1 short there from Swanshanks. Unfortunately, hasn't lost any car pieces, but unfortunately he's lost a humongous amount of time, as has Donald down in Alibi. This in is crucial for making moves for Jake's. Got to get moving. Tango's technical tips and Artet traffic's in the pit lane. Tango then is up. I hope he's enjoying the sunshine as well in a beautiful wood shore. But I must admit though, that cloud's ill. Oh my God! And into the side of Scooby Stew, and Winnie has really misjudged his braking point into the hairpin. And I'm not sure if that was a complete break by wire failure or if it was Winnie missing the pedals there. Irvine did something similar in Silver last night, which cost Sweet. And Winnie, who has unfortunately made a huge misjudgment there. He's into the pits now. And Scooby Stew is going to be quite furious with that. I would have no doubt about that. Alibi out of the race here. And it's another safety car. It's all gone off here in Silver, in a bronze tonight then. Into the pits is Winnie then, who's changing his nose cone, I think then. On mediums again, Diamond Dan taking his time to pit as well. But unfortunately, Alibi out of the race. He's crashed at the exit of the Wall of Champions here. Oh dear, oh dear. Lap forward, we ain't even at half distance yet then. So what are the drivers going to do now? Is anyone going to throw on the medium tires? It's the hard runners going to throw on the medium tires and go to the end of the race then. That is, Tango said that it's a very crucial stint here, but he said that just before the safety cars come out then. So now this is all very much up in the air here. So what are they going to do then? Is TK, Dr. True Pots, New Potato, Jay Hicks and Kiki go come to pits? Can Slayer may take the lead this race then, but I think the Slayer would have liked a bit of a longer stint on the medium tyres there potentially. We'll see how this one transpires then. What are they doing? TK's in. Dr. True Potts in, New Potatoes in as well. Jay Higgs has stayed out then, and has both AlphaTauri stayed out? No, they haven't now. Kiki's in the pits then. So what tires is waiting for the Williams driver now then? What drivers is waiting in the pits then? It is TK who is going on the medium tire set, so he's coming out of the pits now. Vessier's made his way up in the 4th position there, so Vessier is very much in the heart of this and has now got himself back into this one very nicely indeed. Serious Mushroom, wow, I think that might be the comment of the... Oh, TK is off and he's almost done the Yardo Trulli there. Of course, Trulli did that in 2007 in Canada, and then TK though, more importantly, it's not damaged his wing there, and just importantly though, he has lost the lead. He has made a mistake, and Dr. True Potts has taken the de facto lead here. Oh dear, oh dear. That is not good at all then, is it there, for TK? Of course, Jarno Trulli did something very similar in the 2007 Canadian Grand Prix. He had a humongous smash with him and Robert Kubica, didn't he? Of course, Kubica missed the next race, and of course, you guys may know of a certain Sebastian Vettel there, replacing Kubica in that United States Grand Prix of 2007 for the BMW Williams there. Dr. True Potts off the circuit. Why is he off the circuit? Is he letting TK go here? I think he is. Very good sportsmanship there for Dr. Truepot. Well, we just seen that TK go off the circuit. So that is, unless there's something else that happened there, Dr. Truepot's there. Very sportsmanlike there. Oh, is that Williams there? Just kissed the barrier there, I think, of Duncan Dave. Very good sportsmanship indeed there with Dr. Truepot there. Might be Sportsman of the Year, I think, after that. Fantastic. But we've seen that Yarnard Shirley did something very similar in the Canadian Grand Prix 2007 for the Toyota team. He came out of the pits and went straight into the wall. Serious Mushroom into the pits there, and he is going onto the hard tires out to the end of the race there for Serious Mushroom there. He was not too thrilled about the action in front of him, I don't think. I'm not sure if he got damage out of that collision down the hairpin there, but it looks like it was just a misjudgment of brakes there from Winnie's point of view, then pushing a bit too hard. To my surprise, that don't happen more often. So Jay Higgs is the only driver not to pit in this race, and everyone else has pitted somewhere along the lines there. We've had multiple stops, we've had all kinds of stops in this race, but as it stands there, Jay Higgs is the driver leading the race, and this is going to be very interesting. Wanted to get rid of my 5-second penalty I got earlier. Fresh tires are the way to go, I think. Then wouldn't have to go to the end. So pitted again, basically a free stop. I have no choice. Oh dear, Serious Mushroom has messed it up somewhere. So unfortunately, Serious Mushroom there. But he doesn't have to stop again. He's used the two management types of tire, and hopefully another safety car, and can just do stops at the end. Movement is saying there. Potentially, but I'm not sure what you guys think about the rain, or if rain is coming out. I'm addicted to rain around here, and I don't know why I always say it's potentially going to rain around here. But it's got very dull, hasn't it there? We'll keep an eye on the weather forecast. We've got the drivers, none of the drivers or teams have reported about rain, but anything can happen, of course, in Canada. So AlphaTauri dominated ALR last season, joint constructors gold, silver, and the 100% league. The only championship they didn't win was this one here. It's Jay Higgs almost off the circuit. Now, goodness me, he was trying to tinker around, I think, with the car, and this is basically one of the fastest computers, isn't it? Now, oh gosh, what's that? Never get rid of that. I don't know what my laptop has just brought up something. It probably shouldn't have done. No, it doesn't begin with a P. Goodness gracious me, clean your minds out, sirs. I don't know, it was just my folder for some reason, it made me jump. Right, lap 17 out of 45. We've got half distance out in this race. A late safety car would save me, Vester, saying he's currently in third position. But let's take stock then. Well, no, before we do, Ted Tango's technical tips saying getting to the end will not be easy. Yeah, just watching for Duncan, Dave, and Vester trying to get past Jay Higgs. Then they can run away and build up a gap to go on something at the end if they can't make it to the end. Lovely stuff indeed. Welcome to Canada, ALR. Good luck, drivers, and cars who should have been in this race. But of course, he got his days wrong there. But it would be great. It would have been great to have Kaz back for his home Grand Prix. But hopefully, we'll see him back in soon, and maybe in Austria for the sprint event, which is next week. That's our second sprint race of the season in Austria. Safety car is in at the end of this lap. Second sprint race of the season, and of course in Austria. Looking forward to that then. It's going to be very interesting indeed. Softs would be quick at the end, then Vestier or Rain at laugh out loud. Tango, sorry for not making this easy for you to read. Sean, I apologise. Don't worry about that, Tango. I struggle to read anyway. I've got the reading age of a 4-year-old. As we're about to go racing once again. So it's me, Tango, not you. I'm as thick as 2 short flanks there. Goodness gracious me. I'm so thick, I managed to put my socks on the wrong feet. Right, let's get going, shall we? So, Jay Higgs leads, but as we just heard from Tango, he's going to be a ball chicane now. Duncan, Dave, and Vestier and Itemides are going to try and get past. Moon's got a collision there, and it's our safety car. I'm not sure. Oh, and he's off the circuit. And the safety car, I don't think it's out. I think that the safety car has been cleared. I can't see it back out. No, we're carrying on anyway, so we'll ignore that safety car for a minute, and we're racing here. Ignore the safety car sign at the top of the screen now. So Slayer has got past Sick as Smoke then, and in 9th position here. But we're just got to take a look at Vester, who's going to be leading this race there. But look at Itemizer going very deep, and Smithy Almighty is on the outside. Itemizer has really compromised himself there. Vester all over the back now. Where's Duncan Davies? Down into 6th position. He's dropping down, unfortunately. Itemizer's also dropped down a couple of positions as well. Slayer now put in 7th position. Slayer trying to really trying to make hay whilst the sun is shining. Dr. True Potts up into 6th position. TK up into 5th position as well. Into the hairpin now. J Higgs still leads. Marsky's got a 3-second penalty. We'll take a look at penalties later on in this race. New Potato, no penalties yet. Then him and Sick as Muckers fighting for position there. Some Stars has gone onto the soft tire there. And this, what was that? Was that debris off one of the cars? And I'm not too sure. Maybe just been something off the circuit. J Higgs has lost the lead. Then Vesser takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. Lap 18 completed then. Itemizer. Oh, McLaren and Smithfield Monty almost off the circuit. Here comes TK. He's up into 3rd position. He's back on the podium. Or is he? Itemizer going wheel to wheel for TK. Gone deep. Beautiful manoeuvre there. Giving the car as much, Itemizer's car as much space as possible up into 5th position. Oh, make that, make that 4th position. Might be 5th there, because Dr. True Potts there. Oh my gosh, there's gone up and under. I must admit, apart from Gold, no one else has crashed at that point. No contact between the Ferrari and the Alpine. And Dr. True Potts there, and having to go off the circuit ever so slightly on the outside. Oh, contact again then between the between the Ferrari and the blue car here. And now Itemizer is going to have a look. Contact again, and Itemizer having to take evasive action there. And now cars are all over his gearbox here. And now the McLaren of Smithy Almighty is racing with New Potato on the inside then. Itemizer going on the inside there, slamming into the side of the McLaren there. And I'm wondering if that might have been a frustrated Itemizer who was getting knocked about ever so slightly. Was getting knocked about there by Dr. True Potts then. Coming up to the end of the straight there. Very good speed there from J Higgs there. Keeping that position. Well, Dr. True Potts got no penalty. That's another 6-second. That's now a 6-second penalty to his account. Unfortunately, Moomin has got past Duncan Dave Duncan. Oh my goodness me! And now we have got Duncan Dave Kiki and Moomin. Oh my word! And they somehow got through there. Oh my goodness gracious me, gentlemen! An incredible racing. And now look, Marsky's also involved as well. Oh my word! And who's that? That's Duncan Dave off the circuit there. And unfortunately, going into the same place where Nick de Vries went in his Canadian. In his Canada exploratory race and back when he was racing for the AlphaTauri earlier on this season. J Higgs has done dropped down to 4th here, to be honest, and I haven't been too bad at all. Vescher's now got a 2-second gap over himself and TK, but his tires are almost double the life now of TK and True Bots as Kiki and Itemizer has it's had a really difficult restart on pardon Sean, it's had a really difficult restart after the safety car. 15 laps to go. J Higgs has now lost out. There's Slayer and New Potato would hopefully follow him through as well. New Potato called, sir. No penalties. Marsky and Moomin going side by side as well. There's Slayer, there's Mushroom now right behind his teammate, and also Serious Mushroom does not have to pit again. And I must admit, I had no idea about the rest of the field. Then it's going to be very interesting to see how this one transpires. Smithy there getting a very excitable on the old rear there and wagging his tail, and now it's free abreast there. Itemizer thinks better of it. Smithy gives him the finger and goodness gracious me, and good heavens above there. And now Moomin's also getting involved in this, and he's slamming it up the inside there, and he has done it. He takes 10th position now, and Serious Mushroom has to back out because Scooby Stew up into 12th position now. Wheel to wheel, goodness me, almost locking wheels out down this back straight. Where is Scooby Stew? He's down into 13th position now as Serious Mushroom up into 12th there. Right, a bit of calm now, please, ladies and gentlemen, because you're only on lap 21, 35. But those clouds are getting more ominous as this race goes on, and especially as Farfet's hosting this lobby as well. You all know that there's rain afoot somewhere. As New Potato up into 4th position now. Of course, New Potato would like to stretch it in the World Championship. At the moment, he is not. But at the moment, no, he does have a lot younger tyres, though, than Vessier. But I think the Vessier will be hoping for a safety car right about now. Itemizer is off the circuit there, out of the out of the Wall of Champions chicane there. He's got damage, I think, as well, by the looks of that Ferrari. That is a shame there for Itamita. A very strong qualifying and a strong race up until a couple of laps in that last safety car restart. It's all gone a bit to pot there for the second Ferrari, unfortunately, for Itamita. Really having a nightmare season in the Ferrari at the moment. Jay Higgs there is now hoping for a safety car of some kind as well to get himself in the pits and get him a free pit stop. Otherwise, he's going to have to really fly in the final sector here. On board moving there very much in the heart of this battle. On lap 22 out of 35, when are the medium runners going to come in? And the gap is less than a second out the top. And here they come then. And Vesser and TK are going to side by side. TK takes the lead. And here's Dr. Troops. And Dr. Troops has gone free. It's 2 for the price of 1. He shops at Lidl's. He takes the lead of the Canadian Grand Prix. What a maneuver there from Dr. Troops. I wish you had better camera angles for that. But Dr. Troops has taken the lead, and TK is going to be a bit miffed by that, isn't he there? What a manoeuvre there for Dr. Troops, and an incredible double overtake, and he now leads the Canadian Grand Prix. Movement's got a 3-second penalty for his troubles. Vessier's tyres are going to start to struggle at this stage. Let's see what he can do then. Marsky and just got past Jay Higgs, who is at the boat. Unfortunately, mobile chicane and just dropped him down the order. Scooby Shoe's got a 3-second penalty, but he still has a good opportunity for points. I think everyone has a good opportunity for points at the moment. Itemites are on the medium tyres and Hungry Styles are hoping for a safety car to get themselves back in this one. Unfortunately, both victims of the carnage and chaos in the midfield. On board with TK then, who we thought was going to take the lead there, but Dr. Truepots came out of nowhere and took the lead then into the final chicane on this part of the circuit, last lap around. And you can see them going to keep an eye to see how slow Vessier is at this stage of proceedings. Can Vessier get to the end there on this on these medium tyres? I don't think he can personally. There, it's going to be a very long and painful stint there. Moomin and Smithy Almighty also fighting for position. We're just keeping an eye on this one here because Sick as Monk and Duncan Dave has really been swapping positions, haven't they, in 16th and 17th position there, but now it is kind of calmed down ever so slightly. Whilst that was going on, Moomin and Smithy Almighty were fighting for position there. Smithy Almighty on the harder tyres now is got back past a Dynamo, dance off the circuit, and the Haas driver is, oh dear, and Dynamo Dan then, of course, was under that first safety car restart, had some issues, didn't he, there? I think he went to the back of someone when it was a very slow restart, wasn't it, for Dynamo Dan? He hasn't recovered from this race since. You say incredible overtake, not only 2 for 1, also for the lead of the race as well, Kaz. Say thank you very much, Kaz. Smithy Almighty has also got a 3-second penalty. We got the Haas of Dynamo Dan. Nightmare race here at the moment for Dynamo Dan. It's starting to really unwind there, and TK has retaken the lead here in the Canadian Grand Prix. Vessier's doing a great job, may I say, of really keeping up with the front two. He's on very old medium tyres now, but he is very much keeping the drivers in front very much at arm's length. And Vessier, well, more less than arm's length now. Look at it, he's all over the back as well. The Potato's creeping up behind as well. Ted Tango's tips there. He is indeed there because New Potato less than 3 seconds back now. Where is it? Yellow flag then. What has happened? Duncan Dave. Oh, he's lost the wing now as he's spinning the car around. Jay Higgs is now, as a VSC for Jay Higgs, I think he would have liked that. A couple of, I almost forgot to breathe that. Jay Higgs would probably like that a couple of, probably about half a minute earlier. Duncan Dave, who's damaged the car, as a VSC then. Diamond Dan in the pits, and so is everyone going to try and use this VSC? I think Vessier would probably have liked a full safety car here, potentially. So, Serious Mushroom, no penalties. It's currently at 8th at the moment. We've got 10 laps to go. Whilst the VSC is out. 6 seconds for TK, for Dr. Troops, 3 seconds for Vessier. No penalties for the Potato. There he is in the background. New Potato then hoping to get New Potato. We're hoping to get his third race. Oh, Morrison's got a drive-through penalty there. And look at this, Vesier's having a look there of Dr. Truepots. Dr. Truepots had a nightmare restart. And TK has absolutely nailed this and really stretched his advantage there. And going into turn one there, Vesier, great job at the moment there, Vesier, is that on the on these very own Ward medium tyres are the oldest of the field in terms of the medium so far. Sirius Vesier now made his way up in the 7th position there. So yeah, New Potato is in the bottom seat then, isn't he? And look at that, he's now less. Look at that, he's less than saying he's in DRS range. As is Smith and White as well. The penalties are really starting to rain in now with 10 laps to go in the Canadian Grand Prix. So New Potato, Sirius Mushroom, the only two drivers that doesn't have any penalties at the moment. So Scuba Stu has a 3-second penalty as well. Here comes Vesier having a look there. He's driving superbly well, Vesier is, I must say. Absolutely mega stuff on these very old medium tyres. Remember last night, the medium tyres started to really struggle at this stage of the season, but Vesier has done a great job to keep looking after these tyres. And the Pirelli rubber, then you cannot go too hard on them too quickly because they real damage the tyre and you can't get them back in this stint. Well, Vesier has done a superb job. He has really looked after those tyres in this stint. He's in third position and he is really keeping up pace at the front too. New Potato, though, is very much ominously in his mirrors now. New Potato is there and very much stalking the man who's the closest to him in the World Championship. Vesier struggled with pace tonight, but he's done a very good job of really putting himself in the box seats, hasn't he? But getting third position there, but he does have penalties though. He has 3 seconds less though than the top two. So that is going to be crucial in the final stage of this Grand Prix, I would have to guess. Sorry, Duncan Damon Stars also no penalties either, so hats off to those two drivers that really struggled though. I think the both drivers are kind of hoping for a safety car. TK, 1.25 seconds in front of Dr. Truepots. Now Dr. Truepots could struggle to get himself back in to that DRS range, and we'll see how this one transpires. But I do feel, as a 6 minutes got a 3-second penalty, but I do feel then that it is going to be very difficult. And then there's drivers behind him that, well, Vesier, I think, is now starting to struggle on these tyres then. So Vesier is now starting to struggle. Jay Higgs down in 14th position there. Unfortunately, that's a tactical gamble to stay out in both safety car periods. It's really not paid off yet. Then let's see how this one goes there for Jay Higgs. But I do feel that is, I do feel though that he's going to struggle to get into this one. So there, just about 2 seconds away at the moment. He did a great job in Spain, didn't he? And he's doing a great job again here tonight, and he is very much within striking distance. If anything untoward happens for the top 4 here, which is TK going for his 2nd Grand Prix win of the season. Of course, Dr. Truepots going for his 3rd Grand Prix win of the season. New Potato going for his 3rd Grand Prix win of the season as well. Vesier also, Vesier going for his 3rd Grand Prix win as well. A lot of drivers had very much challenged at the moment. Moomin, Marsky and Sick as Muck have all come in the pits, all gone on soft tyres now. We just seen Jay Higgs there getting past up to us. So Jay Higgs done 4 laps on those soft tyres now. He might be a bit vulnerable, but he's very quick at the moment. He's caught to the back of Scooby Stew quite quickly. Scooby Stew looks like he's staying out to the end of this race. Vesier is tyres 18 laps on the mediums now. He is starting to struggle, Vesier, and I'm wondering if he's thinking about the soft tyres. If he comes into the pits now, he will drop down to about 7th, 8th, 9th position in this race. We'll see how this one goes, but at the moment, Vesier will be hoping for a full course caution of something, a safety car, but he's dropped down into 4th position and he's into the pits, and that's a very good stint there for Vesier. Brilliant, something deep, but now he's going to be on the soft tyres. Let's see where he comes out. Dr. Truepots there, I was saying he wouldn't get back into DRS range. Well, he has really thrown me to one side, hasn't he? He is in the DRS range there. And but New Potato is not at the moment there. So Vesier is in and out then. Sirius Mushroom is just going to pass Vesier. There he is up to 6th position. He will get out in front of Winnie and Smithy Almighty though. So Vesier is in 7th position now. The win may be off the cards now for Vesier, but no, it's not. It's all done and dusted. Let's see how this one goes then. But we're on 7 laps to go in this race. And in terms of everyone's race. Oh, as Dr. Troops a 3-second penalty and almost lost it. He is, I don't know how, he's still in the DRS race. That's fantastic. In terms of everyone's race story, Dr. Troops, who is on pole position, currently second at the moment. New Potato and Slayer, as you were, and Serious Mushroom at 14 positions. Vessia up 7 positions there. Surely those two will be in for draw of the day in this one there as well. The Swanshine's got a 3-second penalty. Vessia is now climbing all over the back of Serious Mushroom. Serious Mushroom ain't going to be able to have an answer, I don't think, for Vessia, because Serious Mushroom on the harder tyre, whilst Vessia is just put on a new set of boots then, and he is going to be quite quick at this stage of proceedings there. And Serious Mushroom dropping down into 7th position. Vessia up into 6th position. Jay Higgs never tried one in the field, and he's passed Smithy Almighty, he's moved out the order. Winnie also, it's Smithy Almighty having a glancing blow at the wall of champions. Here's Higgs on the inside, passes Winnie up into 8th position. Incredible race this has been, and Winnie then, who was very much at the back of the field, wasn't he, for a period of time in this race, has found himself very much back in this race, hasn't he, there, after this incredible race there. Marsky has got past up, followed quickly by Moomin Ninja. They're going to be very quick in this one, aren't they, now, for the final races to go there. P1 and P2 have, I've missed out there, because we've got Driver of the Day vote come up with Reed Acid Masters is coming down in just a jiffy, but it was 6-second penalties for both the top two at the moment now. New Potato's currently in the box seats, isn't he, at the moment there? But there's everyone's stories, and there is everyone's tyres. But I was looking at penalties, I was meant to be looking at penalties, and there they are there. Jay Higgs now in the 3rd position, 8th position there. Dr. Jukebox now has, as I'm going to get rid of this Master P1, P2 have 6 New Potato's going to win this. Vesser could be up to 3 seconds a lot faster, so definitely not over yet, but whether he can use them is the question. From Tango's technical tips. There is New Potato at the moment, and so he's just got to stay within 6 seconds of the Grand Prix leader with 4 laps to go. New Potato then going for his 3rd Grand Prix win in 8 races there. Really, this is back to the old New Potato from when he first raced in the ALR, didn't he? Because he took the first ALR Bronze Championship, and this season he has been in very much fine battle, hasn't he? No penalties about it. Same for Serious Mushroom as well. Serious Mushroom at this moment now is not gaining the time that he needs. And Slayer has got penalties, has got 6-second penalty as well, but that is not going to hurt him too much at this stage of proceedings there. Here is New Potato potentially doing a great job out there. Driver of the Day vote is up now. New Potato 67% of the vote. He's done a brilliant job today, hasn't he? New Potato has 1 vote there for Serious Mushroom as well. 33% of the vote there for Serious Mushroom. Then back down in this battle here, and this is the battle for the final point now between Smithy. Oh gosh, I've missed the lead with that. Look, here they are, and Dr. Truepox and TK fighting for the race lead. They know that they've now got to start to get their skates on here. Dr. Truepox got 9 seconds of penalties, and at the moment he would drop him down into 3rd. Then TK is going to drop down to 2nd because New Potato, there he is, the Ferrari. Remember, Ferrari have got a rich history in Canada with the legendary Gilles Villeneuve and Jean Alesi, of course, driving the famous number 27, taking his one and only victory. But look at this, that is Dr. Truebot there is now pushing. I wonder if he knows the state of this race, and he knows that basically he cannot win. He cannot win this race, and he needs to do more. Has he got anything left in the Alpine car to stretch that gap? Then even if he overtakes, he's got to find 9 seconds over New Potato, which is 3 laps to go, which is a very tall order. Dr. Truebot's has been brilliant this season, but even Dr. Truebot, I think that might be a limitation for the Alpine. Here he comes, takes TK. He's got to find, I think his first objective is to find 3 seconds over over TK if he wants to get second. And so I think that has to be the aim now for the Doctor. Into turn one, Dr. Truebot said once again has retaken the lead, and then of course after starting on pole position there. Keep your votes coming in, ladies and gents. Serious Russian 50% for New Potato. Vessia currently in 6th position mode. Vessia I think has done a great job as well. To be fair, he is really strove for pace there, hasn't he? But he has really maximised his opportunity today. Not a favoured race there from Vestiaire, but maximised his opportunity today. And this could be a race where we look back on a Vestiaire's championship challenge there. And this race, we could say, this is the race that's really got him in the title fight, or kept him in the title fight, maybe even win the championship. Who knows? We've got so much to do. We've got so many more races to come here in season 6 of Bronze. Magnificent indeed. Penalties are raining in now, thick and fast. Last movement has got a lot of penalties now, unfortunately. I think that's all but ended his challenge of points there. Unfortunately, we've now got TK. Here he comes there, and there he goes, going past Dr. True Potts and back up into the lead of this race then. As unfortunately, that's difficult. He cannot get out of DRS range. If he can't get out of DRS range, Dr. True Potts, I don't think he can extend his lead then. Too little, too late to turn the pace taps on now. The tyres will already be dead there for Dr. True Potts. Unfortunately, yellow flag, and I think that is the Dynamo Dan at the same place as he had an issue before. Mushroom there. 9 seconds there for Jay Higgs, and Mushroom got to stay within 9 seconds there, but Jay Higgs is going to be quite quick with just a couple laps to go here. Yeah, I think that Dr. True Potts unfortunately that last penalty, 9 seconds of penalty, is going to really cost him second today, isn't it? But New Potato keeping it clean and precise. That is definitely what's happening in this Grand Prix. Remember how Equals won his first ever race of his ALR Gold career with no penalties, and kept it clean and precise there, and won in Canada last Sunday, didn't he? For Equals. So just in Kiki. Oh, contact there, Kiki and Vestiaire. But this is a good performance there from both Alpha Towers, and hopefully this will lift them off the bottom of the Constructors' Championship. TK and Dr. Troop said once again, just swapping position there. New Potato is not going to be too concerned. There he is in the background there, probably having a lovely Tuesday night drive here in Bronze's areas. We're on the final lap now of the Canadian Grand Prix. We've had 2 safety cars, we've had VSCs, we've had drama, we've had intrigue, we've had instant, we have had awe-inspiring manoeuvres as well, haven't we? But after 35 laps, it's come down to the lack of penalties. It's come down to 35 laps with the least mistakes. It is going to win this race, and it is currently New Potato then who is on course to win his third race win of the season, and this will also be New Potato's 8th win of his career in Bronze as well. So magnificent achievement. Oh, TK's now got 9 seconds of penalties then, so this is going to be interesting now. So he's got to get past Dr. True Potts down. This is the battle for second position here, and that is really blown this battle for second wide open, and that is I think the TK is going to be kicking himself with that, I feel, because he's thrown away a potentially guaranteed second position here, hasn't he? But he's now got to go for it. Then TK, he has to get past Dr. True Potts. He has got past and into second position. And good stuff indeed there. But Dr. True Potts, it's going to be racing for the line. It's very close, but it's TK who gets second. But it's New Potato who wins the Canadian Grand Prix. His 8th win of his career, his 3rd race win of the season. And what a way to do it here in Canada, the spiritual home of Ferrari. New Potato then his 3rd race win of the season, extends his lead in the World Championship over Vestiaire. But Vestiaire did a great, this is very much a damage limitation event for Vestiaire, and a great 5th position as well. It could have been a lot worse qualifying all the way down in 15th position, I think it was, or 16th. So he'd be very happy with 5th in the end there. But New Potato, great drive here today then, and kept the penalties to an absolute minimum, to a 0 as a matter of fact, and no penalties at all for New Potato, all for Serious Mushroom, either all for Duncan David. I think Styles had the same as well. So hats off to those 4 drivers there from no penalties around a very difficult circuit. But New Potato, 3-time Grand Prix winner this season, extends in the championship, an 8-time Grand Prix winner of Bronze. Magnificent stuff indeed. Although this could be battling to be forced the track limitation violation to ramp up for TK. Dr. True Potts hasn't got much to lose then. Of course, I've read that coming out far too late then. As we get going in. Track limits ruined me. Serious Russian saying that the pit of Full Movement hurt Serious Mushroom as well. GG guys, thank you for letting me join in tonight, and have a good week there. New Moon saying then, sorry Mushroom, Great race there, Kaz is saying as well. Thank you very much. Driver of the day, then New Potato, 50% of the vote, then 33% for Serious Mushroom, 8% for Vessier, as the bubbly is being sprayed there on the podium here. Lovely jubbly indeed. Right, let's take a final look at the classification, shall we then, from the Canadian Grand Prix. New Potato, 8th win of his career, 3rd win this season, fantastic, extensively in the World Championship. That is exactly what Potato wanted, and he'll be going home very happy this week then. TK, great drive to second on Dr. True Potts in 3rd position. 9 seconds of penalty that cost him in the end, but still very good podium and a very much an enjoyable race there. Slayer in 4th position once again. Sarah's on a very good season. Vessier, great recovery to 5th in the end then, which looked very bleak after qualifying, but he'll be happy with that, I'm sure. Kiki in 6th with Mushroom in 7th. Jay Higgs is 8th. 9th Marsky winning in 10th position. His 2nd points finish up for the season and in a row as well. Smith and March just out in 11th. Swanshanks 12th. Moon in 13th. Itemites are 14th. 15th Duncan Dave. Siggers Muck 16th. Scooby Shoe 17th. Stars 18th. Diamond Dan in 19th. One retirement, which was Alibi, unfortunately hitting the wall of champions, I think there, potentially. I can't remember. I'll have to remind myself later on then. New Potato then, this is your 8th win of your career, and I say that this was very much more about making sure you stay within those white lines. That was the most crucial part tonight. Would you say that that's precisely what happened?
Yeah, I seen the front 2 Geller and time penalties. I sort of tried to just hang with them, but keep it in track limits. Then after the 2nd safety car, I think TK tried to go up the inside of someone, and that caused a bottleneck at the chicane, and I lost 2 or 3 positions, and I thought it was game over then. But we came back, and I seen the front 2 Geller up to 6 and 9, so we just sort of stayed within the 2-second range, cruised home, as they say, for the last 7 or 8 laps. But those 2 are good pace.
With the safety cars out here tonight, then how difficult was it to determine what was the best choice to go on? Then was it just an easy choice to come in the pits every time the safety car was out, or was it a bit more thought going into these strategies here?
I was going to go in the first one, and I just decided to stay out. Thank God I did. But we're played on nice. The VSC sort of helped as well, a couple of laps.
And of course, towards the end, then would you? It looked like you were just sitting back there and just enjoying the battle between Dr. True Potts and TK. There, was you tempted to get involved, or was you just thinking, no, the race wins on the cards here. I don't want to risk my front win.
From lap 27 or something, I seen it was always staying around the 2-second mark, and I thought, I'll just keep it here because it's written for those 2 to battle because they get penalties by battling on this track. But it was enjoyable to watch those 2 battling will to will. And I just cruised home hoping they didn't get any penalties towards the end.
And you certainly didn't. And apart from that one blemish in Spain, you've been absolutely on fire this season. And the lowest you finished is 4th in Imola and, of course, in Bahrain as well. You're an absolute rich run of form. And you extend your lead in the World Championship again, then going on to Austria in a week's time. I must say, it's very much the ball's in your court at the moment now, but we're only on round 8. But do you look at the championship at this stage?
Nope. No way, because I could drop it, as you well know. Austria is not one of my favourite tracks, so I'm not looking forward to that at all. But here, as I said before, I just turn up and enjoy my night, and whatever happens, happens.
So, very well done today, New Potato. Then, oh goodness me, he's gone in a jiffy. And who finished second today? Was it TK or Dr. True Potts? I think it was TK, wasn't it?
It was me.
My good sir. Then, of course, second today. Then, Bo. Unfortunately, penalties may have cost you the victory today. Do you look back at this race as a happy with a podium or a bit disgruntled by not getting the win?
I just took some silly warnings. Like under safety car, I think I took 4 of them, not paying attention to what I was doing. But I mean, GG to Potato. Not taking a penalty at that track's pretty good. But no, it was a good race. Battling with Troop the whole race was a good time. It was just back and forth. And at the end, I was just sitting there, like Potato said, them last 8 laps. I was just waiting for him to take a penalty. hoping he would, because I was just saving ERS, and I knew Troop didn't have any. So had Potato taken a pen, I was really, really, really gonna just burn all my ERS, but he didn't. So I knew second was all that I could manage, especially once I took that last penalty.
I was going to say you had a penalty right at the very end, then, which I knew was behind Dr. True Potts at that time as well. Was you concerned? Was you concerned that, oh gosh, that's maybe second God as well? But you did say you got a lot of errors then. So did you think? Was you concerned you wasn't going to get second then, or did you think it was going to be a slam dunk with the DRS range down into turn 13 and 14?
Out of the last corner, I was worried. I took the last corner so bad. Troop was Troop was beside me, and thank God he didn't have no ERS because I would have probably got dropped down to third. But yeah, it was a drag race. It was a good time.
And
I
this is
mean,
your
no, just the battling throughout the whole race between him and I. That was a good time. A lot of respect was shown back and forth between the two of us, so that was a good time.
Yeah.
It sounded like you enjoyed it as well. Then, do you with races like this? Then, do you enjoy these races more then with a good old battle? Or would you rather just wander off into the distance and just have the race controlled?
I guess it all depends. Like if I know I got a lot of pace on a track that I'm not very good at, yeah, I'd probably rather drive off into the distance. But like I watched Troop race Gold on Sunday, so I knew that he was going to be quick. So I was pleasantly surprised that I was with him as much as I was. I thought he was just going to dust every one of us, but
But then you had a great second position today. And Dr. Trupot said you got third position today. And I got to say, most of the race was between you and TK, fighting and battling away. It was very much swings and roundabouts there. It sounded like TK enjoyed it. What about yourself? Did you enjoy it as well?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I knew we were not going to win the race because New Potato somehow managed to not get any bends. And I got 9 seconds at like really early already. So I was just thinking about my P3 to be honest.
And do you feel then that and with the penalties coming up, did you feel that you could have avoided them potentially, or was those how would you feel those penalties coming? Do you think that do you think that the circuit's a bit brutal on penalties? Is it too much?
Um, yeah, just like turn 1 when you turn in too quickly, you get a pen, and then a few turns after when you turn in too quickly, and just it's a bit of a problem for me. And really couldn't avoid them to be honest. Just track full of pens.
But you're certainly racking up the podium finishes now. I think this is your fourth podium of the season. I think you're just one behind Vesser and New Potato now. So you're 4 podiums then, really starting to rack them up then, and very much getting involved in the championship fight between Vesser and New Potato then. So and potentially TK as well. Certainly going to be looking very intrigued then. How what are you feeling going into Austria then, the sprint race then? You got double you got almost double the chance of getting some good points there with the sprint as well as the Grand Prix itself.
Yeah, I'm alright at Austria. So I hope I get 2 wins, sprint and race. But we'll see.
Good stuff indeed. Cool as a cucumber. I love it. I wish I was like that. Right, that's going to be it then for today. And yes, I'm going to have a lie down after that one. What an incredible race it was here in Canada. That is it for Canada because we now move on to Austria for gold on Sunday. Unfortunately, Farfur's not in the commentary box, which I'm absolutely devastated by. But tomorrow night we do have Formula 2, where we're still in Spain for Formula 2. And we think that bump has now disappeared, which is a shame because I quite enjoyed that bump into the pit lane. So see you tomorrow night for Formula 2 action. And any of you F1 fans then ready for gold on Sunday, 7:30 UK